The little bird Blue.
Pat and his friends were playing baseball. When his friend hit the ball, he ran after it, but he couldn't catch it. When he was going to pick the ball up, he heard the sound of a small bird. He found a little blue bird next to his baseball. He called his friends and showed them the bird. The bird had a broken wing, so it couldn't fly. Pat decided to take it home. The kids stopped playing baseball and went home. Pat is a bird lover. After returning home, he showed the blue bird to his mother. Pat told his mother about what had happened and asked if he could keep the bird. His mother thought about it for a while and then gave Pat permission to keep the bird until it gets better. Pat was very happy when his mother said okay. He always wanted a pet, and finally he got his first pet, a little blue bird. He quickly went, bandaged the little bird's wing. Then he made a small nest, put the nest into a box, slowly placed the little bird into its newly made nest and fed it some mango. Pat wanted to give the little bird some more space. So the following morning Pat made a plan to build a bird cage. He showed the bird to his father and asked for his help. His father was a professional builder and he liked Pat's idea to make a bird cage. First, they gathered the things which were needed to build the bird cage. Then, they started to build it, and finally, they painted the cage. Pat had to wait impatiently until the paint was dry, so he went to check on his pet. He went to his room and checked the pet in its nest. He started to think of a nice name for the bird while feeding it some more mango. He wrote down some names on a piece of paper. Later on he went and showed the list of names that he had to his parents. Both parents chose the last name, Blue, because it was the best name for a female bird, and so the bird was called Blue. After the paint was dry on the cage, Pat put Blue on his bed and he took Blue's nest and put it into the cage. When he was going to lift Blue, she had pooped on Pat's bed. He got scared that his mother would scold him because a new bedsheet was put onto the bed that morning, but to his luck his mother laughed at the situation and she washed the bedsheet. Then she put a new one on the bed. After this, he carefully took Blue and put her into the newly made cage with water and some food. After 5 weeks had passed, Blue was healed and she was ready to fly. Pat opened the door and took Blue out. Blue first started to flap her wings harder and harder, and then started flying. She flew gracefully and sang beautifully while flying. Pat was happy and sad. He thought that Blue would not fly away, but unfortunately Blue left Pat. He loved Blue very much, and while he was happy for her, he felt very sad and wished that she would come back. His parents encouraged Pat and tried to convince him to buy a new bird, but he refused. Then after about 2 weeks, Blue came back with another blue bird like her, but the bird was a he. Pat was surprised, happy, and thrilled when he saw Blue again. Pat had not removed the cage from its place. After Blue left, he always had the door of the cage open in case Blue came back. When Pat saw the other bird, he was full of joy. The two birds went into the cage. He called the new bird Sky. Pat took off the small door of the cage so that they could easily go in and out of the cage. The bond of the two blue birds grew stronger and stronger. After 2 weeks, Blue laid 5 small eggs. Pat kept a careful eye on the eggs until they hatched. He kept the cage in a safe place so predators be able to eat the small nice eggs. After 2 weeks had gone by, the day finally came, the day that he could see the small baby birds. He was so thrilled and excited about this. He quickly called his parents to see. Pat felt happier and happier each moment when they started to hatch one by one. Pat watched the 5 baby blue birds grow bigger and bigger each day, while their father, Sky, went on finding food for the babies. Blue grew older and older. Unfortunately, after 1 week had gone by, Blue caught a viral bird flu. She was taken to a doctor, but the sickness was incurable. Because Blue's health was not good from giving birth, after 3 days had passed by, Blue and 2 of her baby birds passed it away. It was a very sorrowful day for Pat, as it was his first and very own pet that passed away with 2 of its little babies. Pat held a small funeral for them. He looked after the 3 small babies very well, and their father, Sky, took care of the small babies, too. They soon got big and learned to fly with the help of their father. Even though the other birds were there, he felt sad about Blue. Because it was his first beloved pet, he cried for a few days, but he decided that even though he cries, Blue won't come back, so he kept Dot in mind that the remaining birds are part of Blue's family and he will take care of them and rejoice in this.